Do you want to know why I gave my brokerage the deuces? Let's talk about it. Hey everybody, it's Rosemary Lewis, your educator agent with eXp Realty, and today I'm going to tell you why I left my very first brokerage. But before we get into it, if you could do me a favor and subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, that way every single time that I post a video, you will know all about it. Okay, y'all, so I have told you before that I am with eXp Realty, but before I landed with eXp, I actually was at 4 different brokerages my very first year of real estate. Now, I know that can make me seem very inconsistent, but here's the reality, is that sometimes you don't know about a brokerage until you are actually in that thing. And it just took me to kiss a few frogs before I found my eXp prince. But seriously, I want to share with you what the process looked like for me the very first time I decided to switch brokerages and what prompted me to do so. It just may help you out. So y'all, when I first got into real estate, my husband, Corey, was already a licensed realtor, and he hung his license with a boutique brokerage that shall remain nameless for this video. Now, Corey was not a traditional realtor. He primarily worked with investors, and I quickly found out that we were going to have different niches. However, I wanted to be with my man every day, so I joined his brokerage. Well, y'all, when I got to the brokerage, I was very, I never really felt comfortable there. And I thought it was because I was the new agent. There was so much that I didn't know. And quite honestly, I lacked a lot of confidence in the business. And I didn't know if it was a me thing or a them thing. So I hung in there for a little while. But after I was there and in the office and working, there were a few things that that made me think that this was not going to be a great fit for me. And what ultimately made me leave, it was kind of petty, but I'm going to tell you what it was. So the owner was actually not the broker. And I don't know if many people know this, but you can own a brokerage without actually having a broker's license. You just have to have a certified broker or managing broker in charge. So the owner, what I will say is that the owner wasn't a realtor, and the level of respect for the business just looked different than what I expected to be there, okay? And amongst other things, their own properties that they were listing, if they put it in the MLS and they were paying 3% to the buyer's agent, they told us, the owner told us, well, if you are part of this brokerage and you sell my property, I'm only going to pay you half. So that right there just really showed that we just had different ideas in terms of valuing the profession. But that actually wasn't the straw that broke the camel's back, because I told you I was new to the business and I did not know what I didn't know, right? I didn't know that that was as whack as it was, but it was whack. But this is what this was the straw that broke the camel's back, is that every time I would be there, both the broker and the owner would refer to me as Corey's wife. Like I didn't have a name. And y'all, I was walking around with a name badge. So if we were in a meeting, they would be like, oh, Corey's wife has a question. Oh, there's Corey's wife. There's this and there's that. And I know that that may seem very silly and petty and like I have an ego, but here's the thing. I have a name, right? And I'm building my self-esteem. I'm trying to figure out who I am in this business. And if I am a part of a brokerage and no one is going to take the time, my leadership isn't going to take the time to acknowledge me by name, then that is a clear indicator, amongst other things, that it was not a good fit for me. So I gave that brokerage the deuces and went somewhere else that was a better fit for me. Now, maybe you are in a situation where you're trying to figure out if your brokerage is a good fit for you, and it might not be as blatant as my reason or petty, however you want to call it. You call it what you want. But I do want to give you a couple of things to think about while you're choosing a brokerage, just to make sure that you are in alignment and somewhere where you are going to be supported. So that's the very first thing that I want you to think about. What does your business need, and does that brokerage provide it? Now, I'm going to tell you, and we've talked about this before, when you become a real estate agent, you are now a business owner. It is not your broker's responsibility to go out and work for you, to tell you to come and lead generate and to do your ish. However, you should feel supported with that brokerage, right? So if you have questions about a contract, if you need someone to walk you through certain processes as you are learning, you should be able and feel comfortable going to the broker, going to those people in charge, your team leader, to figure out exactly what you need to do. There should never be a time that you feel like you're bothering them, but you should feel supported as you self-discover and as you do the work. You still should feel supported by the leadership within the brokerage. The next thing that I'm going to encourage you to think about when you're choosing a brokerage to see if it's a good fit is what training and resources are going to help move your business forward, and does that broker provide that? Now, a lot of times, and I don't knock it, like I even teach a course, sometimes you do have to look outside of the broker for certain things. It just might be your learning style. However, there should be certain resources, certain trainings, certain rhythms put in place to help educate you as the agent, to also help move your business forward. If you find yourself consistently looking outside of the broker for those resources because they're not available, and I say that because, y'all, a lot of times the resources are available within your brokerage, but we too lazy to look for them and ask for them. But if you find yourself consistently having to go outside of the brokerage because those resources aren't available, then you really need to ask yourself, is this place the best fit for you? And then finally, here is the kicker, and this is what made Corey's wife give that brokerage the deuces, is that does the culture of the brokerage match the culture that you want to have for your business? I think that this is huge, right? Because essentially, if you are a part of brokerage, I don't even care if it's a 100% brokerage where they pay you 100% of your commission. Just the fact that you are there, you are helping to grow that business. So we want to make sure that the culture of the brokerage is in alignment with the culture of what you believe, because at the end of the day, I don't want to be representing a broker that doesn't represent my core values and vice versa. So these are just a couple of tips to help you decide if you need to hang in there or if you need to be like, I'm out, just like Corey's wife was. Now, if you are just really trying to figure out what's a good fit for you, y'all, I am a part of what I think is the best brokerage in the world, eXp Realty. It's a great fit for me. I'm not saying it's gonna be a great fit for you, but if you would like to have that conversation, feel free to email me at rosemary@rosemarylewis.com, and I can tell you what I love about eXp, and you can see if this might be a good fit for you. Now, if you made it to the end of this video and you are not subscribed to my channel, what are you doing with your life? Okay, go ahead and subscribe. That way we can stay connected and you will know when I post a video. Talk to you soon.